If you're close to retirement and most of your money is still sitting in a 401k, then this is the most dangerous part of your retirement journey. Because saving the money was the easy part, but turning it into a paycheck without blowing it up is where people make expensive mistakes. Today we're talking about what you should be thinking about before you retire and what role your retirement account should actually play once Social Security starts coming in. All of that today on the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show.
It's the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show.
Howdy Neighbor, I'm Michael Andrews with Andrews Insurance and Advisory, and this is the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show. If you're close to retirement and most of your money is still on a 401k, the questions start to feel heavier. When do you move it? How do you use it? And how do you make sure one bad decision doesn't undo decades of savings? Today's questions from Alex and Marla get right to the heart of that, so we're going to jump right in. Our first question this week comes from Alex, who emailed me and said, "Hey Michael, I'm close to retirement and most of my money is still in my 401k. What should I be thinking about before I retire?" Alex, thanks for the question, and honestly, it's the exact question most people should be asking about 5 years before retirement, but many don't. Because when most of your money is still sitting in a 401k, the biggest risk isn't the market, it's waiting too long to make a plan. Up until now, your 401k has really had only one job, and that is to grow. You put money in it, the market went up and down, and over time, it hopefully did what it was supposed to do. But as you get close to retirement, that job changes. The question stops being how much can this grow, and it becomes how do I turn this into reliable income without running out? So here are a few big things someone in your position should be thinking about. First is access and control. So most 401ks are limited. You have limited investment choices, limited flexibility, and limited planning options. Before you retire, you want to understand what options you'll have once you separate from your employer, because that's when the real planning starts. Another thing to keep in mind is risk, especially at the wrong time. A big market drop early in retirement can do more damage than people realize. When you're still working, downturns are frustrating. When you're retired and taking withdrawals, they're dangerous. This is where people get hit by what's called the sequence of returns risk, and it's one of the fastest ways to derail a retirement plan. Thirdly is taxes. Most 401k plans are pre-tax, which means every dollar you take out is taxable. If you don't think about how and when you'll withdraw that money, you can accidentally push yourself into a higher tax bracket later in retirement, especially once required minimum distributions kick in. And finally, how this account fits into the bigger picture. Your 401k shouldn't be your entire plan. It's just a tool. You want to think about how it works alongside Social Security, pensions if you're lucky enough to have one, savings, and other income sources. The biggest mistake I see people make when retiring with a healthy 401k is not having a clear strategy on how it turns in income. They just assume that they'll figure it out later, and that's usually when the costly mistakes happen. Okay, on to our second question this week, and this one comes from Marla, who sent in and said, "Hey Michael, I already have Social Security coming in. What role should my retirement accounts actually play?" Marla, this is such an important question because a lot of people assume that once Social Security starts, then the hard part is over. In reality, once again, this is where the real planning of retirement begins. Social Security is your foundation. It's predictable, it's inflation adjusted, and it shows up every month whether the market is up or down. And that is great news. But for most people, Social Security alone isn't enough to fully fund retirement, and that's where retirement accounts come in. Not as a second paycheck, but as a support system. The mistake I see people make is treating their retirement accounts like an ATM. They pull money out whenever they need it, without a plan, without thinking about taxes, and without thinking about what the market is doing at the time. Instead, your retirement account should be doing three main things. Number one, you've got to fill the income gap. So Social Security usually covers a portion of your expenses, but not all of them. Your retirement accounts are there to make up the difference, but ideally in a controlled, intentional way and not randomly. Second thing is it's going to provide flexibility. Some years you'll need more money, some years less. Some years the market is strong, and some years it's not. Your retirement accounts give you options, but only if they are structured properly. Thirdly, and this is managing taxes over time. So once Social Security starts, every dollar you pull from a retirement account can affect your tax situation. Pull too much in the wrong year and you can increase taxes, impact Medicare premiums, or create problems later with required minimum distributions. For someone in their 60s with a solid nest egg, the goal isn't to drain accounts as fast as possible. The goal is to make the money last, keep taxes reasonable, and reduce the stress of wondering whether you're pulling the right amount at the right time. So Marla, Social Security doesn't replace your retirement accounts. It works right alongside them. And when those two pieces are coordinated correctly, retirement feels a lot more predictable and has a lot less stress involved in it. So today we talked about two questions that always come up right before retirement. Alex reminded us that having most of your money in a 401k is normal, but retiring without a clear plan for how that account turns into income is where people can get into a lot of trouble. And Marla's question showed us that once Social Security starts, your retirement accounts aren't an afterthought. They are the tool that fills the gap, provides the flexibility, and helps manage taxes over the long run. So if you've got a question that you would like for me to tackle on the show, shoot me an email at michael@andrewsadv.com. I read every single one of them, and I just might answer yours on a future episode. You've worked hard to build your retirement, and you do not have to make these decisions alone. If you want a second opinion on your retirement plan, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you. It doesn't cost anything for me to take a look, but not letting me, man alive, it literally can cost you thousands. So if you're ready to take this relationship to the next level, you can call or text me at 918-842-7379 or head on over to andrewsadv.com and click on my calendar to schedule a time that works best for you. And don't forget, the full replay of today's episode drops every Tuesday evening on the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show Facebook page and YouTube channel. If you would, give it a like, leave a comment, and share it with a friend who could use some good neighborly retirement advice. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you all next week right here on the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show. Thanks.
It's the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show, helping you plan so your money will grow. No need to worry, we'll make it clear. Medicare and retirement right here.
A lot of people are saying the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show is the most amazing show, and the ratings frankly proven.